Just 9 days removed from winning the undisputed World Championship at Night of Champions, Sami Zayn defended his gold, or was supposed to, against Cody Rhodes in a rematch on Raw. The match headlined a broadcast that continued to build towards SummerSlam, with a lot going on as we build to the show at the beginning of August. We also got a Women's IC Championship match and a lot going on. But we started things off with Gunther brutally attacking Cody Rhodes backstage, created doubt about his abilities to compete in the main event against Sami Zayn. Seth Rollins kicked off the night show proper with in-ring action against his upcoming SummerSlam match with the World Champ Roman Reigns. He tore the Tribal Chief down, admitting he was always the chosen one. It didn't matter whether Rollins could wrestle his way out of paper bag or cut a promo. LA Knight hit the ring for an air, interrupting a visionary to a big pop. He took exception to last week's promo between Rollins and Reigns, calling it the same old trash. He admitted they both had lost in the first round of the King of the Ring, but he didn't come out and claim nostalgia as a reason for another match. Rollins ended his long promo segment by extending a title opportunity to him after he beats Reigns at SummerSlam. From there, Jimmy Uso flattened Knight with a super kick. There was a little long-winded from Rollins to start, but once Knight got in the ring, things improved. The idea that he's still hanging around the title picture and the Bloodline story bodes well for him. That means it's not just an afterthought. The fans responded accordingly too, which is a great start for the megastar. As we then moved on to the World Tag Team Championship match between the Street Profits and Bron Breakker and Austin Theory, warned by Paul Heyman to come back with something worthy of your wise man or don't come back to me at all. The Vision wasted a little time attacking the Street Profits in an attempt to regain the title. The challengers dominated early and often until a hot tag from Ford sparked a comeback after the commercial break. As the action broke down, Breakker failed to capitalise on the brass knuck slid to him by Logan Paul and was taken out by Ford at ringside. Back inside, Dupree enters the ring, delivered a low blow to Dawkins and Theory covered for the win. After the match, Dupree leapt into the arms of her apparent view and planted a kiss on him, responding to this ultimatum from a week ago. The big takeaway here will be Dupree's turn. As for the match itself, so much of it took place during the break that it's tough to accurately grade. There was no better than either of the previous two encounters, and it lands just slightly above average, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Next up was the Women's IC title match between Sol Ruca and Raquel Rodriguez. Backstage, Heyman approached the Vision and congratulated someone on accomplishing something Monday night, referring to Maxine Dupree. As the group left the arena, the former Women's IC teammates Otis and Akira Tozawa watched in dismay. Speaking of the Women's IC Championship, Sol Ruca defended against Raquel Rodriguez. Back and forth action dominated until the opening moments, until Ruca's unique offense finally caught her challenger off guard with a cartwheel into a big kick, stunning the taller, strong competitor. A big clothesline finally turned the tide in the heel favour. Ruca mounted a spirited comeback after the commercial break, missing a springboard frog splash that nearly cost her. An appearance from Roxanne Perez, the women's world champion. Liv Morgan put the babyface in pale. Io Sky appeared, wiped out the heels at ringside, and Ruca delivered a style such as defeat Rodriguez, retaining her title. The finish was overbooked, but it at least made sense in the context of Judgment Day's consistent interference to each other's matches. Sky took out Morgan to avenge last week's beatdown and heat up their rivalry too. The match was a bit disjointed at times, thanks to Ruca being a step off with some of her offense, but it picked up down the stretch nicely and finished strongly. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Paul Heyman then came out and cut a promo on Obafemi's upcoming match with Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam. The ruler cut off the wise man's exit, entering into a big ovation. He offered a face for Heyman to talk to. Heyman called out Femi for making a challenge by accepting Lesnar's challenge for a match he's dominated for his entire career. Another great promo for one of the best to do it. He set the stage for another loss by the ruler calling him Beastable. Femi responded, pointing out Lesnar can claim not to watch the show, but the fact he showed up and referenced his name shows that he's scared. Vowed to beat him inside Hell in a Cell and in the chat. So a great response from Femi. Big match promo, and yeah, it's definitely like a bright star on the roster right now, isn't he? So yeah, just needs to keep it up. We then got Chad Gable and Dragon Lee versus Ethan Page and Rusev, a preview of the number one contenders gauntlet match scheduled for next week. The heels defeated Gable and Lee on Monday, with the Bulgarian Brute forcing a tap out from Lee. It never ceases to amaze how good tag match WWE are when they're written. The company goes out its way to minimise the tag titles. The match was fun, action packed, and had fans buying into the action down the stretch. After a few big losses, Page and Rusev got back in the ring column. More importantly, drew some heat for themselves with beatdowns of the faces, including Joe Hendry, who attempted to make save. That worked, hyped next week's big match and built some momentum and credibility for the heels. So yeah, a successful segment, 6 out of 10. And in our main event, it was the World Championship match. CM Punk, returning from nearly 3 months away, walked right back into the main event of Raw, defeating Sami Zayn to become the World Championship in front of his home crowd. The Best in the World's triumphant return capped off in brilliant competitive red hot main event that saw him pushed to the brink by Zayn. The last good guy was spectacular, even dipping into Punk's move to nearly beat him on 2 different occasions. Ultimately though, it's Punk who overcame Zayn's Arsenal to deliver his own Helluva Kick and put him away with the GTS. A fantastic match which sets up an inevitable SummerSlam main event with Cody Rhodes. After all, the straight edge superstar took advantage of a championship opportunity that dropped out of the sky, and the American Nightmare is due a title match after beating Jey Uso on SmackDown. The question now is what it all means for Zayn, who emerged an unlikely champion amid a heel push. Does he fall back into the mid card, or is it his time to top the card? He only momentarily halted. It'll be interesting to see, but yeah, I hope it isn't the end for Sammy. 8 out of 10 from me. Overall, Raw this week gets an 8 out of 10 from me. 2 promo segments, Rollins Knight and Heyman and Femi did a great job building SummerSlam, and the overarching storyline of Rose injury and removed from the main event elevated the episode. Punk returning a quality match put it on another level. There's little else to write from an in-ring perspective, but the entire broadcast centred around Zayn's defence and the mystery man overstepping for Rose. That was paid off well, so yeah, I think overall the show gets a very good grade. So that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.